Are Outriders any good in patch 5.0? That's complicated, and what you see are the new repeaters creating a storm of bullets, but with calibration area of 5. That means they're blanketing an area like crossbowmen, firing bolts into a unit of orc boys. This is no longer a high rate of fire, low ammo, Lord sniping assistance unit, chronically unable to fire past the 92nd mark. It's not bad, it's just different. So let's go back to the beginning. Recruited for 700 gold and with 175 upkeep per turn. On Ultra this gets you 60 entities with 30 armor, 5,340 health, middling leadership, high speed and low melee and charge stats, mass 700. None of this changed, so I'm breezing past it. Even pistoliers have better charge bonus since they're lighter. For ranged, ammunition starts at 19 volleys, range is 115, that's lower but not insanely lower. Spoiler, Outriders can fire whilst moving, but only in a forward arc. But I think that arc is wider than it used to be, and it's a lot easier to see the firing now. Missile damage is given as 37 for comparison, with each bullet that hits inflicting 2 base damage and 6 armor piercing. But each volley fires 6 of these shots, which would make it 12 base and 36 armor piercing if all 6 shots hit. They won't. Reload time is 13, but reload only happens once a volley ends too. Total accuracy is given as 20, a modifier which increases as you go up in ranks. Calibration distance is 75, so they'll be extra inaccurate beyond 75 meters, which is relatively close. And, as mentioned, calibration area is 5. Outriders get Vanguard deployment, a major part of their kit. There is no penetration through entities for this unit. In 5.0, Pistol Core and Sharpshooter are the applicable redline skills, so I'll breeze through them. In the tech tree, Outriders are affected by mass-produced small ammunition, granting extra ammo and a reload time reduction. Mounted weaponry, plus 10% speed and plus 10% missile strength, and rifled barrels, plus 10% range and 10% reload time reduction. Note that trained marksman is for infantry only. Even though this is a missile cavalry unit, it is affected by all techs in the supposed melee cavalry block, since that affects cavalry period. Franz no longer gives a blanket plus 10 charge bonus in his personal army, but Blinkers does give you that, and the lower the value you start with, the more a flat increase, such as here, really matters, so late game Outriders become kind of decent in melee. Having said that, we're going to talk about how to use the Outriders. In practice, it takes much longer to burn through ammunition than the Outriders we've been putting up with for years now. Clearly, the developers did not want us using this unit as a proper Lord sniping tool, but the DLC gives us more options for that, and even without it, witch hunters have been improved. In a short battle, taking longer to put out all these hails of bullets will make the Outriders less effective as a backline missile unit firing over your infantry line's heads, in pursuit of a beaten foe. And I did this after a hard-fought Festus battle to chase down Chaos Warriors. They take a while to make the damage pile up, but it's armor-piercing, and they will rack up the death toll. What this amounts to is that they are far better at keeping up the gunfire as skirmishers, opening up early, making lots of shots on the move, and then retreating to something resembling safety. They still suck at fighting hounds, so you have to account for that against hound-using factions, but if you can get over that hump, they have basically free reign to spread order-tied chaos throughout the battle. If you can get them firing first, and then firing as the battle goes on, you can get quite a bit of value out of them. So what about the accuracy issue? Well, the calibration area is a constant, total accuracy is a variable. The groupings will get tighter when you're within calibration range, yes, but 75 meters can be too close with a lot of forces, especially ones shooting back at you. Ride-by shooting is viable and will reduce morale on the enemy side, provided there's a front line to support. Getting caught out by stealth using Ungor Spearmen gets nasty, just saying, that has happened to me. Potentially, you can use someone with ballistics calibration, like a Master Engineer, to give a temporary accuracy boost, and that's nice, but are you really going to have a Lord out with your skirmishing force? Perhaps not, so you probably just have to live with it. I keep coming back to the total firing time being a lot longer than with the old Outriders, because that's a tangible advantage. You just have to do a fair bit of work to get the most value out of it. I'd keep in mind that you have other units in the toolbox for firing at single entities, and it's not that this unit is completely worthless like that, it's just not the best. That's fine. Plan around it, and keep in mind this is now a much better unit for firing into hordes, blobs, zombies, but I repeat myself. Crossbowmen do 18 base, 6 armor piercing per bolt that hits, with a reload time of 13, total accuracy of 20 base, and calibration area 5.1. Setting aside that crossbowmen have an advantage in number of entities and range, Outriders have potentially 12 base and 36 armor piercing, and far, far higher speed. You just need a realistic expectation of the limits of both when trying to put away particular targets. For general battlefield work, they are fine. Bottom line, you have to relearn skirmishing without 360-degree firing to make the most out of this unit in 5.0, but it's worth the trouble. Given a bit of time and the right angles, this will shred elite units, and the easiest way to defeat fancy Slaanesh shields is to shoot the bearer from behind. Outriders can do that. Take care, and have fun launching a bullet storm without the gravity boots, though those were pretty fun.